Welcome back to the channel, folks. Welcome back to week 5 on quarantine and no ability to go out and do any cool mods to the car. But today I'm going to share with you the 5 reasons you should buy a Hellcat. After last week's video, which by the way blew up, it's doing really well. Thank you all for your support on that. I pretty much shared with you all a bunch of reasons why you should not buy the Hellcat. But in this video, I'm going to give you the reasons why you should. So stay tuned for that, but first let's roll the intro.
Showing up, don't wanna have to wait tonight. Better off.
Alright, so before we shoot the video, mail came and I got a notification, so I'm thinking we have a package. We do, and it's for the Dodge, so let's look at this and see what it is. Ho ho ho, yes. Alright folks, you ready for this? This is great. These are Dodge face masks. What? And I'm going to give away 3 of these on my Instagram account, so go follow me there and wait till I start posting these suckers in the next week or so. Pretty cool, huh? Look at this one more time. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Alright folks, I don't know if you can hear me, but if I have to wear a mask, this is the mask I want to wear. I'm going to give away these 3 Dodge face masks on my Instagram channel. Go check that out over the next couple weeks. I'll post them randomly, and what you need to do to get them, all you got to do is comment. No cost, no charge, no nothing. Just help me grow that social media platform next. Thank you so much. Pretty cool, huh? Alright folks, so before we get started, I first, of course, look, my channel is called OCMotivator. So I've got to give you some kind of motivation. I got to share something that might help you move forward in this world, and if I can help anybody, honestly, that makes me happy. So, and so many of you have commented positive things and even private messaged me on Instagram and asked for help even, and I've enjoyed being there for you and giving you the support that some of you need right now and are lacking in mentors or people that are willing to just give you that boost you need. So I try to respond to everybody. I think I have so far, but I got a message last weekend on Easter weekend from a gentleman, and I'm not going to say names, so when you guys comment me, I'm going to, or send me these messages, I'm not going to go and expose you for the message you sent. I mean, it's private. Unless you tell me I could share it openly, I'm not going to assume that you want me to. So, but this kid sent this to me, and it just, inspires me and gives me absolute happiness and hope in this next generation, that there are some really great folks out there, great kids out there that are looking for inspiration and ways to succeed in this world, and they're not just relying on their parents or anything like that. So I'm going to read this to you, and I think that the reason why I'm going to read it to you is if there's somebody else out there that hears this, then one, I don't have to write it again, but second, which I don't mind doing that, but it saves me the time, and maybe you'll just hear it, maybe you don't have the courage to ask, but it gives you that boost you need. So here we go. So he first wrote, "I've been watching your videos all day and have been amazed at all you've accomplished. My dream is to get where you are at. I'm 21 years old, going on into my last year at school playing Division I baseball. I'm without a mentor or anyone to follow. If you have any tips for me, I'd really appreciate it. Thanks." Like, how cool is that this person would reach out to me? And if you're watching, thanks for sending this, because you made my day as much as hopefully I made yours. So here's my response, and some of you may not agree with this, but I believe in this after so many years of aspiring for more and having people in my life that have been supportive, and then those who have not. So this is the part that I wrote back. "Thanks. The best advice I can give is to outwork everyone around you. Be smart. Think strategically by always thinking 3, 4, 5 steps ahead of every decision you make. Ask yourself, if I do this, then what will happen? And if that happens, what happens next? And so on. Most people don't think past one move, or they think is the right move, only to find out that they stepped on a landmine and went 5 steps backwards. Be very clear about what you expect from your friends and people you hang out with. Anyone who discouraged you or tells you you can't do something should be told in no uncertain terms that you have 0 time for people who don't believe in or support your dreams, regardless of how outrageous they are. Your friends will feel left behind and try to pull you backwards, so you don't leave them. So it's a constant fight to avoid mediocrity. As pack animals, it's against our nature to leave the pack. But the way to look at it is that you just need a highly positive pack. I've had to push some old friends away and limit my time with them so I don't get yanked back in. I love and care about them, but I'm not going to be them or let them make me feel guilty about succeeding and making a great living and providing for my family. Some come around and see where the boundaries are and become supportive and even jump on your wagon, and then you've got a great thing going. Hope this helps. He writes back, yes, it does. Thank you so much. It's rare to have the constant helping nature that you have. I appreciate it. Happy Easter. Well, you know what? Happy Easter to him, and thank you to all of you who want to reach out and ask these kinds of questions. I hope that advice helps, and I believe it's good. And just to elaborate on this, it's not that I'm think I'm better than my old friends. It's that if they want to get behind me and support me, if they want to say, I think it's a great idea, and you know what, how can I help you get there, then I'm going to do the same for them. But if they start the whole crap of, oh, you're crazy, and they're sarcastic, how's that, getting rich thing going, how's that, real estate thing going, or, how's that YouTube channel going? I can't tell you how many people told me that I was too old, frankly, not good enough to create a YouTube channel that would actually find any level of success. And look, this is not huge success, but it's like way more than I ever thought it would become. And thanks to all of you who have followed me on this channel and this journey. So with that, now let's jump into the content. But first, I gotta hit gas.
I'm gonna find my way tonight. Won't you talk to me? I wanna heal your sorrows. We'll make a new tomorrow. One night to find the answer. What makes this heart beat faster?
All right, so real quick, short commercial. I never wanted to be the guy that's pushing merch on people, but I did launch my merch. And, look, thank you to all of you who have actually gone and purchased shirts or hoodies or whatever. But I want to tell you what the shirts, what the logo, what this OCMotivator thing represents. If you're going to buy one of these shirts, you're going to buy one of these hoodies, any of the stuff, stickers, anything that I've got on there, look, for sure, it supports the channel. So that's a gimme. But more so, if you buy that stuff and you wear that stuff, then I want you to think like this, that if anybody asks you, well, what is that? What is that OCMotivator thing with a picture of the Dodge on it? You respond and say, you know what, it's this dude on YouTube that just says, look, be positive and support others. That's who he is. That's who I am as a person, and own that. So if you believe in that as well, then buy the stuff, wear the stuff proudly, and when people ask you, you tell them, look, it's a dude I follow on YouTube that believes that we should be supportive, be positive, help each other. I mean, we're all in this thing together. Before COVID, after COVID, doesn't matter. It's about being positive. It's about never being negative, never crapping on somebody else's dreams, and just being that good soul in the universe, unlike the trolls on YouTube. So let's get started and talk about the 5 reasons you should buy a Hellcat. Now, look, I could tell you all the specs and the details and the differential information and the drive shaft and what it's made out of and all this crap and the engine, the horsepower and all that stuff. And you know by now, if you've been watching my channel, that is not who I am. That's not what I'm talking about. You can go on Google and you can pull that stuff up today and you will know everything you ever wanted to know about this car. That's not why you should buy the car. I mean, look, that stuff is pretty cool to know, and I love people who can rattle that stuff off, but here's why. Let's start with number 1. Number 1 reason you should buy this car is because it is the epitome of American excess. It is the epitome of ridiculousness. This car, this Hellcat Redeye, is 797 horsepower. I've read places that it's like 700 horsepower to the wheels. I don't know. I mean, that's excess. That's ridiculous. It's way more than anyone ever needs to drive on the street. You can walk into a dealership and buy one of these things. They hand you the keys. Before you do anything to the car, you're walking out with 800 horsepower. You're walking out with a car that'll do 0 to 60 in the mid to high 3s. That's over 4,000 pounds. You've got a car that will do burnouts at 30 miles an hour. This is just over the top. And if in your head, you want to have something that's just so utterly ridiculous, then this is the car. In comparison to other cars that just scream out egomaniac, most people don't know what the heck these things cost unless you're a Mopar fan, Dodge fan, Challenger fan, Charger fan. They don't know. They see a Dodge, they figured you spent, you know, 25, 30 grand on the car. So it's not pretentious. It's just ridiculous once people know what it is. The second reason you should buy one of these things is to monetize it. If you buy one of these things, just know you spent a lot of money on a Dodge, a lot of money on a car with, you know, plastic everywhere, and I mean, it's a good old-fashioned American car. And yes, it's American. For those of you who want to say, oh, but it's built in Canada, yeah, and Toyotas are built in America, and Fords are built in Mexico, and it doesn't change the heritage, lineage, or the bloodline of Dodge. It's an American car, so save those comments for somebody else. But the bottom line is, when we look at number two, you want to monetize it. So if you are into YouTube, you love YouTube, you buy one of these things, it's going to help your channel grow. There's just no way around that. That's going to happen. If you want to put it on Turo, you can put it on Turo, and you're going to get a few $100 a day for somebody to drive it. They'll destroy your car, but you can make money on this car. No question around it. You can build an Instagram page around it. You can build a Facebook page around it. I mean, there are people who are intrigued by the ridiculousness of this car, which means anything this special, this unique, is monetizable. If you watch 2 videos ago, you can watch my video where I share how I've monetized this car, and it's pretty much paying for itself, and over time it'll pay itself off as well. So that is a cool thing. So if you plan to monetize it, that's number 2. The number 3 reason, you love going to the track. You love racing. You want to go out there, and that exhilaration, that fire, that passion when you're sitting in the track and you got a car next to you, and let's say there's a guy in a Mustang and you're going to race him, and all you Mustang people are going to say, oh, I'll win, and the Dodge people are like, no, you know, I'll win, and that's awesome. I love that stuff, and I have every intention of figuring out how to get to the track, even though I have no experience doing it. I absolutely want to get this thing out to the track and just light up the tires and see how fast I can do the quarter mile. I plan to do that, and it is something that I've always wanted to do. So that is a good reason to buy a Hellcat Redeye, because I mean, geez, right out of the dealership, you can go to the track and beat a whole bunch of cars. Obviously, you got to put the right tires on and all that fun stuff, and be prepared for maybe breaking something. But if you spent this much money on the car, that's not what you're worried about. The 4th reason you should buy a Hellcat Redeye is because you love scaring the shit out of people. You love to see the look on someone's face when they get into this car and they absolutely had no idea that it would do what it would do, because 99% of the planet Earth's population has never been in something this ridiculous in their lives. I'm telling you, I know a lot of people, and they know it's fast, they think it's fast, they've heard it's fast. But until they go for a ride in this thing, they don't know that it's this ridiculously insane. They don't know that you stomp the gas and the tires just spin until they smoke until you start taking off, gets sideways and takes off in a crazy straight line while they're wetting their drawers. That is a reason to buy this car in itself, and I plan to get a bunch of those videos once I can get back out in the world and be around people, because those are always fun to watch.
Right when I stopped videoing, are you serious?
All right, so the 5th reason you should buy a Hellcat Redeye is because you can. If you can and you want to, then you deserve to do it. If you've worked your whole life to be able to afford something like this, and if your whole life means you achieved success at 22 years old and you can afford to buy one of these things, then damn it, you should just do it, because it's something you love, it's something you want, it's something that brings happiness to you and joy and fun. You should do it. But when people ask me, why did you buy such a car? Once they know the stats behind it, or they go for a death-defying ride in it, they go, but why? And it's such a judgmental why. It's one of those weird whys that just makes you want to tell them to get out of your cars, stop talking to you, because they can't understand it. I don't think they ever will understand it, despite me trying to explain to them But when it's something that can't be explained to most people, like I need 800 horsepower and a car that burns the rubber off the tires, and I'm going to be buying tires every couple months, and it's loud, it's obnoxious, it wakes up the neighbors. I wash it, 17 times a week. I sleep in it every chance I get. I mean, I'm obsessed with it. I wake up, in cold sweats thinking something happened to it. I mean, this is not something most people will understand. And that's why you should do it. Just because you can. And when people say, why'd you do it? And you just look them in the face, you will never understand. And for me to even try to explain why I would spend almost $90,000 on a Dodge Challenger or Charger, look, let's just agree that you ain't never going to understand why I would do such a thing. And you would frankly never do such a thing. And frankly, you probably, not to be mean, but a lot of people probably couldn't do it. And you know what? They didn't have that desire, the drive that you have. So the way I look at it is, man, if you can do it, go out and do it. And something comes along with buying any one of these cars, which I love the most, is you get inducted into a club that doesn't come with a membership card. It doesn't come with any kind of documentation or anything. It's the Mopar Club. Once you're in this club, what I figured out, it doesn't matter how little or how much you know about the car. It doesn't matter if you make your car gold with red stripes like Tall Guy. God bless him. It's over the top. It's cool, but it's over the top. Everybody still loves you, man, because you got a Dodge. And if you're stranded on the side of the road, if I'm stranded on the side of the road, my car is broken, you see it's a Dodge Challenger, you maybe wouldn't stop for somebody else. You're going to stop for me because I'm a cool mofo, and we're probably going to get along. And no matter what happens in that moment, you're going to let me use your auto club. I'm going to let you use my auto club. You're going to help me fix my car. Bottom line is, that brotherhood of Mopar lovers, it just transcends everything. It transcends race. It transcends, wherever we came from, what we do for a living, political affiliation. It doesn't matter. I will tell you right now, I don't care who y'all vote for. I don't care what y'all do for a living. We're family, man. I love talking to you all about Dodges. I love talking to you about these Challengers. I love the ideas and the collaboration and the comments and ideas, as long as they're positive or constructive in nature. I enjoy it. I enjoy going to places I will enjoy going to places after this is all over, where other people who love this stuff are at and share their experiences and ideas. And it's that little thing that just brings us together. So that comes with buying one of these cars. So that's the 5 reasons you should buy a Hellcat Redeye. And I know, these are not the statistical reasons, but these are, I believe, the only reasons you should do it. These 5 things are just, I think they're powerful. So with that, folks, thank you so much for following. Thank you so much for helping me pass. Actually, I think I'm approaching 16,000 subscribers. That is awesome. I could have never imagined the channel would get that big. And I really do appreciate it. And by the way, just a heads up, my wife and I are going to get tested for the COVID-19 antibodies hopefully this week. We've got to call in, and we're waiting for our return call to schedule the appointment, because we were both sick right at the beginning of March, middle of March, and it was unlike anything else we've ever had before in our lives. So we are going to do that, and our daughter, we're going to all get tested, see if we have the antibodies, and if we do, we're going to go out of our way to try to donate any part of our blood that we need to donate, even though I hate needles, to help people out there. If we did end up having this thing, excuse me, if we didn't, then we're going to live in perpetual paranoia that we are going to get it. So stay tuned. I will let you know how that test comes out in a week or so. Hopefully, we know this week. If not, the following video, we'll share that with you. And you can follow us in this excitement. All right, so don't forget, go to my Instagram and watch for the post about these masks. Check out my OCMotivator merch, and pick something up. What the heck, why not? And show your support for the channel and show your commitment to positivity and helping others. And I will talk to you on the next video. Take care. Bye. Oh.